welcome again to Breakfast at Layers. I'm really happy that you've joined us again for another series of my favourite people in the London underground scene. Hello, Monet. Say hello. No? Okay. My next guest is one of my favourite DJs called DJ Snuff. He's from West Belfast b-boy roots to London's underground scene. Snuff has DJed for legends like Congo Natty, Shadia Monso, and Roots Maneuver. He co-founded Brixton's iconic Speakers Corner, toured globally with The End of the Week, and programmed for venues like Just Cafe and South Bank Centre. He's a staple in conscious culture. He now runs Brixton's Adventures in Dub, a really cool sound system jam, and studies naturopathy, holistic health, and esoteric traditions alongside his DJ and activist work. Please welcome my next guest, DJ Snuff! Woo!
Yeah, what are you saying, guys?
Yeah, do you know you're like, sorry to everyone else I've interviewed, but like, I like to think he's my biggest guest yet.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
Well, I haven't seen who you've interviewed, but I don't consider myself to be big or famous or anything like that. I work hard in the background, you know. That's how I see myself.
Yeah, well, like, you are known. Do you know that you are known?
I think I'm background known. If you try to put me on, yeah, maybe I'll take it. Go on.
Take the compliment.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, how are you today?
I'm very well. I appreciate you inviting me for breakfast.
Late night breakfast, I suppose, at 8 p.m.
Yeah, you know, typical artist time breakfast, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Literally.
When we're up and actually sorted our lives out a little bit, like, let's eat.
This guy is hard to get. So, like, this is an exception. Usually I do it on Sunday afternoons, but I was like, I have to make an exception. So I'm very glad you're here. And thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
So, tell me, what's your go-to breakfast? What do you have in the morning?
Oh boy, you know what? I don't rush the food in the morning.
Really?
No, not at all. I drink water.
Okay.
And then I exercise. You know, follow my exercise with a prayer. And I might just have an apple, you know, some fruit. Or I may make myself a big fat salad. You know, fairly occasionally I'll make myself some porridge. You know.
What do you have in your porridge?
Oh, come on.
Tell me.
I always get good quality. I make sure it's organic because, you know, the oats soak up the pesticides. So if you're going to go for anything organic, make sure your oats are organic. I would make my own coconut milk with the desiccated coconut and water, and maybe even throw a date in there.
Oh, wow. So wait.
Blend it up quickly.
Fresh coconut?
Yeah, well, it's not fresh. You know, the dried desiccated, like the tiny little flakes.
Okay.
Throw that, I got a NutriBullet. Throw that in there with some spring water and a date. Some nice milk, you know what I mean?
And then you sieve it.
Well, I won't, because I'll have the roughage in my porridge. But I can do if I want to, but I don't bother, you know what I mean? Because it's for me. If I was doing it for someone else, maybe, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then I'll put cloves, star anise, cinnamon. I would put blueberries. Maybe put some walnut. I might even top it off with some peanut butter. You know, I may even throw fonio or teff in the mix with the porridge. You know what I mean?
That's nice. That's
it's getting heavier there, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it depends.
What day it is.
How I'm feeling.
Yeah. Wait, so do you exercise every day?
I exercise 5 times a day every day.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. What do you do?
It's actually part of a prayer system, actually, but I start with toe raises. I do like 40 toe raises.
Okay.
And I do 40 heel raises. I do 40 squats, deep squats.
Wow.
I do 40 jumping jacks, and then I do 60 push-ups in 60 seconds. And now I kind of push it through to like 80 or something like this. I do that when I rise. I do it at noon, 3, 6, and 9.
What, 3 times a day?
5 times a day.
Wow.
If I'm on point, you know what I mean? Because most days it is like 3 times a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I do it intermittently.
Yeah.
Because
breaks.
No, it's hardly even like it takes as long as brushing your teeth, you know.
Does it?
You know, you're talking like I'm talking a 5-minute exercise. I'm doing some, those small little exercises on the push-ups. Yeah, it's really just to get the metabolism popping.
Yeah.
You know, it's just to stimulate the body, you know? Because, you know, the thing that's killing most people in the world is sedentary lifestyles, you know what I mean? So I'm just doing this to keep myself in the game, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like strengthen my bones, keep my body alive, let myself know that I'm alive, get the lymph moving, you know? Because, you know, actually, if you do 1 minute of intensive exercise, it gets your metabolism popping for like the next 60 minutes.
Yes.
You know, so you might be better off doing like 1 minute of exercise every couple of hours than spending an hour or so in the gym. You know?
True.
I mean, you can do both, but if you're the type of person, if you go into the gym like once or twice a week, it's not really making the same type of impact as if you're doing periodic exercises throughout the day, every day. You know what I mean? And it's got to a point where it's not a chore. You know, I just throw down.
You enjoy it.
Hi, man, you know about the jogger's high? You know, so I'm getting high on my own supply. Yeah. No, this is science behind that, you know, because like I was suffering from touch of anxiety before, you know what I mean? So
that helps.
That's amazing because you
sweat it out. It lowers your cholesterol.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I do 60 push-ups in 60 seconds specifically because I want to keep my resting heart rate at 60 BPM. Yeah. But it's also lowering your cortisol levels. It's keeping those things in check. It's keeping your chemistry moving, you know, because, basically that, you know.
Nice. So I want to know more about your background. Tell me where in Ireland you're from and how you got into, like, music and why you moved to London and how it all happened for you.
I grew up in the Troubles in the north of Ireland. I'm from West Belfast, just off the Falls Road. The most popular people in the world right now that people would relate to the same area that I come from would be the group Kneecap.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like from the same area as them, but they're like a newer generation. I'm from a generation before when the Troubles and the occupation was still really heavy in full swing. So I was a real beautiful juxtaposition to the trauma of the times. I was lucky enough to come across some elders who were all breakdancers, all b-boys, and I kind of joined them. You know, like they kind of took me under their wing. I feel like I was raised by breakers. You know.
How old were you?
14 at that time.
Oh, wow.
At 14, I'd left home and school and everything because of the Troubles, and our house had got burnt down for the second time because we could have lived on a flat. This is a long conversation about the history of Northern Ireland Troubles, you know, but I lived on a flashpoint between sectarian communities and also the soldiers and all that, you know, so yeah, that's a super long history, but yeah, we call it the Troubles. We've got a sense of humour, the Irish, you know. But yeah, the breakdancers, the b-boys, the Belfast City Breakers, I got involved with them. I was never a great breaker, though, you know. I love to dance. I'm shameless on the dance floor, you know. I really do not care. I'm openly, willingly embarrassing myself on the dance floor every time you see me, and I'm sure.
I don't think so. I don't think it's embarrassing.
No, well, I'm not embarrassed. Obviously, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying I'm not a skilled dancer the way that I know dancers can dance. You know what I'm saying? But I feel it and I love it. You know. But I'm saying that to say that I never really got into the competitive side of dance. You never like took it
too serious, I guess, in the industry.
I loved it. So I take it serious.
Okay.
But I just didn't really connect with it as well as I wish I could. You know, sometimes when you're learning from other people that are like way more advanced than you, it almost kind of like disheartens you because you think the distance that you gotta go for. Yeah. So at the time, like nobody else was like DJing and that, and I was really into watching all of the scratch DJs.
Oh, okay.
So that became my thing, you know, because I didn't really have anybody like it was right next to me that was so. You know, far removed from what I could reach. I was just doing step by step and self-improvement, you know. So I got to a point where I was the guy in the crew who could actually chop it up and play the breaks and scratch it up, and
cool.
And I could feel something about me that I bring to the table, you know what I mean? This is what I'm about, you know. So yeah, I got into DJing through my link with breakdancing and breaking really inspired my relationship and understanding of hip hop culture.
Yeah.
You know, and as well as how I approach selecting the music in hip hop, in clubs and whatever. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people of a more recent generations will just think rap, but for me, hip hop wasn't about rap. When I got into hip hop, it was about the funk. You know.
Okay. What year was that? Was that in the 90s?
Yeah, 1990 is like when I was about 14, right? So 1990, 1994 was like my real training time. You know, up until like 1990 is when I moved to London.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was a pretty solid DJ at that point. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. So how did you get into sound system and reggae? Was that the same way?
Yeah, again, you know, I mean, we have a love for reggae music in Belfast. I mean, my part of the community that I come from are a Republican community, you know, we're still holding out for how to say, like a united Ireland, you know. We're trying to get, I mean, long story short, I'm saying we had an affinity with the lyrics that we were hearing in reggae music and in hip hop, you know, that whole fight to power, like we could see ourselves represented in that struggle.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So reggae music was something that was played, and I always loved. Like, in fact, when I was young, some of my earliest tapes that I had was a Lee Scratch Perry tape.
Yes.
I had a On You Sound tape. I had Dub Syndicate.
Yeah.
You know, I had Burning Spear. You know, Bob Marley, obviously. Like,
yes.
Everyone and their mum knows about Bob Marley, you know what I mean? In fact, the funny thing, like most countries, you know, Belfast is like, if you wanted to run a reggae dance, you'd probably have to promote it as being Bob Marley's birthday or something, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know, like...
No, people are more clued up now, but there was a time when, like, Bob Marley was introducing reggae to the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what year he first played in Ireland at all?
I don't know of any time he's played in Ireland. I would like to think that he did, but I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I know he lived in London for a while.
Yeah, he lived in
I'm not sure what
West
years
London,
were.
I think, for a while. And he also, I think he lived in North
Peckham
as well.
I think he might have been in Peckham as well.
Really? In Peckham as well?
Maybe.
All right. So how do I say this?
Sound system, though, like, since you were asking, like, just to say, like, when I come to London, I was rolling with a lot of squat party crews.
Okay.
You know? So it was a lot of illegal raves.
Okay.
You know, because, like, we weren't really getting your foot in the door with a lot of the clubs. You know, and clubs weren't really as locked down as they are now. Everything's regulated, everything has to be licensed, you know, but this is before the criminal justice bill, which kind of legalized sound system culture, you know. But we were running warehouse parties, you know, big squatter parties, you know, like the type of thing you go in, you have to squat the venue, sort out the electric, sort out the toilet, sort out the ambience, you know. And if you look at a lot of the festivals today that have got the amazing set designs and so on, a lot of those people learned their craft from those early squat party days, you know. So we weren't just throwing some dingy parties, we were throwing like very elaborate, beautiful, immersive situations, you know. Yeah, and in there you're going to be hearing everyone playing multi-rig sound systems, a lot of techno and so on, but I was usually with the sound that was playing in the ballpark of reggae, dancehall and jungle music and hip-hop, obviously, you know, because I was rolling with a lot of MCs, rappers.
So that's how you got your foot into the DJ world?
No, I was DJing before in Belfast with the Breakers. You know, I was DJing for the Belfast City Breakers, and we were doing competitions and showcases. But I come to London and I was started handing out flyers. That was my introduction to the scene here. I was working for a variety of like hip hop nights, like Scratch, which was a famous one at the Scala. Deck Effects when Mass and Brixton just opened, and a variety of places. I was doing all the street teaming, handing out all the flyers, which actually gave me or equipped me with the understanding that I can promote my own event because I'm doing all of the legwork.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
you learned on the job.
Yeah, basically, I know like how to spread the word. You just blitz the place with flyers and posters and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite thing about being a DJ?
Oh, making people dance, seeing people enjoy themselves, seeing a good vibe, feeling the energy. You know, also some aspect of the reciprocality of it. You know, like having some sense of exchange or vibe, you know, which isn't the case everywhere, because the type of DJ that I am, I push myself into situations that aren't always like the most, you know, best for your soul and spirit, you know, like say I have to do a lot of, or I don't have to do anything, you know what I mean, but as part of my personal training, I push myself through all that kind of like West End DJing, or like, you know, like every type of club type of DJing, you know, that's just like basic, like give them what they want type of DJing, you know. But then I'll also do a lot of specialist and niche stuff of types of music that I really love and want to push and cultivate, you know. And then because I like to learn every aspect of the craft, you know what I mean. And I also love, I'll tell you one amazing thing about DJing is like getting to know people.
Yes.
You know, like
I'm sure.
Not just through the music that you're digging, because that's automatically like a window into culture, history and heritage, and you know, and a straight up way to relate to people through music and dance, you know, no matter where you are in the world, you know, because
connecting is just
you
the
know,
connection.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's that.
Nice.
There's much more I can say about what I love about DJing.
Of course.
But love is a love.
We can be here all night.
Absolutely. I love music.
Yes.
Yeah, and people. I love to see the people enjoying themselves, because we live in like every time, we're living in hard time, you know, so the music is about giving relief. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And also from a nutritional and exercise point of view, if I can't get anybody to follow suit in trying to get healthy, I can at least get you on the dance floor and shake some of that shit off.
Honestly, like it's the best way to relieve stress, or just like, or just have a good time to connect with people. Yeah. So I know obviously that you're associated with Green Tea Peng.
Okay. Yeah.
How's it like working with her, and how did you guys go about working together? How did it all happen?
Oh wow. Green Tea's more of a friend, to be honest with you. Like, we don't really work together so much. She's, I'm super honoured every time she asks me. She's asked me to DJ all of her supper clubs so far, you know. And the last one we did was beautiful. It was a lovers supper club. And
yes.
I just kept the music, the theme was all around everlasting love, you know what I mean? It was just... beautiful vibes, and I love Green Tea. Such a beautiful person, you know. And I also love the music that she makes. It kind of embodies a lot of what I love about music, you know. Like I told you, I first got into DJing through breaking, so I was into the funk and the disco and all that. But at home, I was listening to a lot of what people called trip hop. Yeah, you know, like, which is really just deep instrumentalist hip hop. Yeah, you know. I think it died off because it became confused with ambient music and then ambient pop music. Because like the type of, when I talk about trip hop, I'm talking about producers like DJ Crush, early DJ Shadow. You know, it's got a crunch to it, you know, and it's really dubbed out, and there's a lot of instrumentation and there's a lot of jazz in it, you know, and it's very heavy, you know, and immersive, you know, so it's not meant to be super like soft and fluffed out, you know. Like, there's room for all of that, but I was into the music with the knock, you know. So when I listen to, like, I say that because if you listen to Green Tea's last album, it's got that knock to it. It's got some energy. It's got some energy to it that I really enjoy, you know. So yeah, and I actually just came back from Glastonbury. I was up in Glastonbury with Green Tea. We have a little kind of side project from her band called Peng Banana. Nice. Peng Banana does like lots of fun.
Peng Banana, I love that. Does she love the name Peng?
I guess so. I can't really speak for Peng. Peng's
a cool name.
Yeah, man. Like, she's a lovely person. I'm really happy that she's doing so well, and I really appreciate.
She's smashing it.
I appreciate her outspokenness as well on world affairs, because a lot of people in her position are probably silent. Silent, you know, but then but that goes to show the character, you know what I mean, because you can't stay silent on certain things. And as I said, from my background as well, I'm quite outspoken, and also working with a lot of activist type events and artists, you know, because like I work with Shadia Mansour, for example. She's a Palestinian artist, singer and MC, and quite militant in her message, you know. And one of the events that I set up in London, in Brixton, was a night called Speaker's Corner, which was hip hop and a rap night, but it was also very activist led, you know. Like we would have people come and talk from like Doctors Without Borders, No to ID. We had John Charles Menendez, lawyer. We had I can't hardly even think right now, but we had so many different people come and talk in the midst, like open mic rap, you know. And you get every type of rap as well, from like the nerdy rap into the street rap into the...
What's nerdy rap?
You know, geeked out backpack rap, you know, like backpack was a term for a particular type of hip hop for a while, you know, backpack rap.
Define that.
Well, the backpack is about having, you know, your sketch pad and your graffiti thing and your pens and your, you know what I mean? Like you're geeked out on the thing. So lyrically, you can tap into the bars, because like that's where the art form is with the nerdy. You gotta be a nerd. I'm a nerd when it comes to DJing, you know what I mean?
Me too. I'm a music nerd.
Exactly, you know what I mean? But sometimes you can not be strictly geeked out about the technicalities and just the flow. You might be more concentrated on message, you know? And ideally you got a bit of both, you know?
True.
But yeah, that night was very, had a strong activist undercurrents, because we came straight from squat party stuff as well. And a lot of the squat party people that we were rolling with were also... engaged in, you know, anti-establishment activities.
Okay.
You know, and that transpired over to the night, you know. But the night became a real iconic kind of space that people travel to from not just around the country, but from outside the country to come to. People might know the name Speaker's Corner Quartet. Have you ever heard of the Speaker's Corner Quartet? Yeah, check them out. I put them together actually as a house band for this night, and now they're doing very well on their own. You know, they've been touring wow. They headline the Roundhouse and Barbican and a variety of places. You know, so something that came out of that is very...
You put people on. Well, I love that about you.
You know what? That's just the DJ in me, though. You know, I'm selecting tunes.
Yeah, but like you just have a vibe where like. So far, I'm yet to meet someone who has, you know, who I've seen, not just me, that I've seen put people on without wanting anything back in return. You just like, you see someone's talent and you want to push it forward, and it's just so genuine, and it's really nice.
I mean, I'd like to think I'm not unique in that regard, otherwise nobody would be getting anywhere, you know. People getting put on loads
but
of
like I feel like obviously in this industry, like a lot of people like give things to like always expect something back, and it can sometimes become toxic. But like from what I've heard about you and like from what you've given me as well, it's just been really like supportive, and it's just been really nurturing. Like you see my talent, and even the girl I met on the night, I don't know if you remember, Safe, like the way she just like...
Oh, what, the Adventures in Dub?
Yeah, the way she described like the relationship she has with you, and I'm just kind of like,
Safe is my G, man.
That's
spiritual
nice.
Daughter.
Yeah. So yeah, all good things about you.
No, I appreciate that. But like I say, it's almost similar to my love of music and DJing. Is like I'm always looking for a new tune. So it's one of those like almost I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to say selfish, but like DJs love to have the exclusive, right?
Yeah, you just when you spot talent and you get excited, you're like yes, and you want to water it, and you know, like you want to be the one who's been there.
No, kind of. No, I'm saying like as if I hear a record that I know no one's really heard the record. I'm gassed that I'm getting to play this record to people. Have you heard this record?
Yeah.
So it's the same with artists. Have you seen this? Have you heard this artist? Like, amazing, you know what I mean? So I really love to... I've run a lot of open mic nights, and I've run a lot of showcase events and so on. And quite often, because of the success of events that I've done, like Speaker's Corner or End of the Week, various concert promoters would take notice of that and may get me involved in a support slot with concerts. You know, and then I'd use that opportunity to be like, well, I'm not going to roll up there on my own. I'm thinking more like DJ AG, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that's that type of mindset. It's like let's bring people through. Let's you know, let's deliver something amazing. You know. Yeah. Like I've opened up for artists who are amazingly big, iconic artists, and I feel like I might have maybe overdone it.
You can never overdone.
No, not really, because people are going away like, no, the support was way better.
No, you can never overdo it.
I'll tell you. I mean, one time I was opening up for an artist at the Coronet in Elephant, R.I.P. the Coronet in Elephant, yeah. But
that was a bar.
It was a big venue, like 2,000 people or something. It was a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
I might be exaggerating. It was like 1,000 people. I don't know. It was a big concert space anyway.
Yeah.
You know. And I turned up. I brought my boy Quake from the quartet. I had Biscuit from the quartet, the flute player. I had Shabaka Hutchins on saxophone.
Shabaka.
I had Amy True come through. Some amazing spoken word artists. David J. and El Crisis. Confucius MC. Nancy and Phoebe, two of the vocalists from the Congo Natty crew. I think I even had dancers and all that, you know what I mean? So we're rolling out, this is not all separate artists, this was us rolling together as a little kind of like Wu-Tang type situation.
Yeah!
You know what I mean?
Come on.
Yeah, and I like to roll up to places like that.
That's a hot ticket.
Yeah.
That's a really hot ticket.
Yeah. It's good experiences. It's good experiences for everybody involved as well. I think it's always good to create collaborative vibes, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when there's resonance amongst the artists, where you don't need to like really overthink or plan. You know, it's like everybody knows that we're talented and we can fit in the mix and just like create whatever type of stew going to come out of this. It's going to be fresh, so let's just hit it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true. So, how did you start the jam session, Adventures in Dub? Like, what was the inspiration and all of that?
Adventures in Dub, yeah. So for people, you get down to Brixton. There's a spot called Arch 555 on Valencia Place.
Yes.
Every first Thursday of the month, and I've got this night going. I would say it's not a jam night, actually. It's
what would you call it?
Well, we have a resident band, and the event itself is a collaboration between me and the band.
Oh, okay.
You know, so me and Tag, the bass player, have been putting our minds, brains, and money together to deliver this event.
Nice.
I'm bringing my sound, and the band are bringing their sound. It's very heavy, meditative dub with, you know, undercurrents of jazz, you know, and kind of like
it's real good.
It's really,
you should get
it's a vibe. It's a beautiful vibe. I mean, we set it up especially, you know, as a labour of love, but also to create a space where people can come and actually like breathe out, exhale, relax, you know, just loosen the limbs and that, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, I mean, I love to drive people wild on the dance floor as well, but that's a different night.
Yeah,
that's a different day of the week.
It's super laid back, this one. No, it's nice.
People dance. You can get your knees up in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's stepping, reggae, dub, you know, Rasta vibrations, you know? So it wasn't really so much having an idea behind it. It was just something we were organically doing. I've always played reggae and dub and so on in the mix with everything else, so it's nice to create a space where we can just like go in on that type of vibration, you know. But the space that we're at now, we were actually doing that night previously in another venue in Tulse Hill, but they were having problems with noise complaints, and obviously we're rolling with sound system, so our decibels are high, you know. It's like yeah, like
the party poopers.
Oh mate, you know what? People gotta sleep. I'm not even gonna hate, you know what I mean? But
it's true.
Yeah, so
if I was living there, I'd be hating.
Exactly, you know what I mean? But we found a space, you know what I mean? This is the thing though. We all got to make space for each other in this world, you know?
Yeah.
So like I found a space where like we're not bothering the neighbours. Like we can go loud, and you can even have a little bit of herb in that without being bothered as well, you know what I mean? So we're covering those bases. In fact, we bring down nutritional food as well en route. Which is a
nice,
like a restaurant in Brixton. They do vegan cuisine, like Indian Caribbean fusion. They're there, you know, with different platters and coconut jellies and watermelon punch and so on, you know. So
damn,
yeah,
you're feeding the community.
I'm actually trying to develop something that is an alternative to the current model of where we all have to support the brewery, you know, because everything revolves around the bar. You know? And I'm trying not to depend on getting people drunk for what it is that we do, you know, because I am health focused, you know.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm not saying like don't have a drink and all that, but I really just want to try and create more alternative models, you know, where we can sustain something economically without depending on a bar.
Yeah.
You know, so we're looking at food, market stalls, merch, this, that, and the next. You know, even donation. You know, like this, that, and you know. But yeah, as well the band though. Yeah, the house band is called Slick and Bobby.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Why Slick and Bobby?
Well, yeah, it's actually a play on words or homage to Sly and Robbie.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
Sly and Robbie are a rhythm section that laid down the rhythm track for so many iconic reggae artists.
Like who?
I mean, name any reggae artist. They were like the staple rhythm section in many studio houses in Jamaica, you know.
Okay, didn't know that.
Well, I'll name one in particular that they backed. Would be an iconic superstar by the name of Grace Jones.
Oh yeah, of course.
So this is the connection between Sly and Robbie and Slick and Bobby.
Okay.
Because you know, you mentioned earlier that I do various programming, right? Mm-hmm. So I was involved in a meltdown at South Bank Centre.
So, yeah.
I was co-producing this day with Grace Jones, and the idea was she has an album with Sly and Robbie called Island Life.
What, like a reggae project?
It's got Grace Jones sound, yeah, but it's not. I won't say it's reggae. It fits more into the dub category.
Dub.
You know,
nice. Okay.
Yeah. But it's also got Grace's vibe, you know what I mean? But it's a beautiful album. If anyone hasn't heard it, Island Life, got to check out that album.
I will listen to that.
It's brilliant.
Island Life,
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, what I curated that day was I wanted to bring what is related to that sound to the South Bank, you know. So we needed a sound system.
Yeah.
You know, we brought Jah Youth sound system there, you know, which is like an elder, iconic, heritage, cultural sound system, right? Rich reggae, Rastafari sound system, you know, and rest in peace, Jah Youth. He passed away recently, you know. And I always love his catchphrase as well, by the way. That's not a catchphrase, but I remember him saying it all the time. What a joy.
Didn't he die last year? Or was it the year before?
I think it was maybe a year before.
Yeah,
he passed away. But we had Jah Youth sound system, and we also had a younger sound system from Bristol called Lion Pulse. And Lion Pulse have got a beautiful sound system, beautiful boxes, and they're lovely young guys. So I wanted to make a situation where we have the elders and the youngers, you know. And we did something really special that day because we had the band Slick and Bobby, which kind of like Tag says that they didn't have a name yet, but they had Slick and Bobby written on their demo. So I was like, then you're Slick and Bobby, innit? So let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. Sorted.
Yeah. So they basically did the album Island Life fully in dub live on stage, and we played the sound. Amplified the band through both of those sound systems at the same time, with each of the sound system control towers dubbing it separately, you know. So it was quite a special situation, you know. So that was the birth of Slick and Bobby, and the birth of Slick and Bobby ultimately becomes the birth of this night, Adventures in Dub, because it's following from that day and that journey, you know. And it's a labour of love of these musicians as well, because they love playing dub, you know, because
they play so good.
Yeah, because that's another connection to Green Tea Peng, because a lot of these musicians in Slick and Bobby are also in Green Tea Peng's band. They also play with other artists like Wooloo and so on. So they're so dynamic. They you can find them playing grunge rock. Everything. Yeah, you find them playing jazz. You find them playing hip hop. You know, but like I was saying, I play across the board, multiple genres. You know, but this night that we're doing is this meditative deep bass space.
It's great.
Yeah, I'm glad you came and enjoyed it as well. And
of course, and I'll be there again on the next one.
Yeah, we'll have to get you on the mic for that one.
Yes. What's the coolest city or place you've ever played? You probably have loads.
I've got a lot, and I enjoy different places for different reasons, and you know, you could probably have a different experience in each place each time, depending on who you're with or what you're doing, you know. But one place, I don't know, it's just jumping to the front of my head for whatever reason, would be Kampala in Uganda.
Ooh.
Every time I've played there, I have the most good time. I've played many
played South Africa?
I haven't been to South Africa, but I've been to Senegal, I've been Kenya, Rwanda, I've been Uganda, like I said, I've been Morocco, I've been Tunisia. Quite a few places. I definitely want to go to South Africa. Everyone tells me how lit South Africa is.
South Africa is...
I'm actually looking forward to going to Zimbabwe, you know, because my friend Shingi, who's a singer from the band The Noisettes. Yeah, she's originally from Zimbabwe, and me and Shingi are close friends from very long time. Oh, she's a beautiful person.
Great singer, great musician.
Yeah, and you got to check out
all
her solo music.
Cool girl. I have, it's great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen some live performances.
You got to get that album, Too Bold.
Okay.
Oh, it's amazing. It's such a beautiful album, you know. It's exploring like all new sounds. She calls it her own style of music Zimtron, you know, because it's nothing like the Noisettes. It's like Amapiano, Afro House, Afro
Pop. It's like a blend of...
It's a blend of of her roots and her contemporary feeling, you know. Yeah, but she's also setting up a little permaculture farm in Zimbabwe, you know. So I'm planning to go visit there and rock some parties with my friend Shings.
Oh, nice.
But Kampala, you got to check Kampala, you know. They got that festival now, the Nyegi Nyegi Festival. Which is like a big electronic festival. I was going there before that started. I was going for the East Africa Breakdance Championships. I was DJing for their finals in Kampala every year since like 2013 up until lockdown. And haven't been back since. I'm hoping to go back this year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I also play at a reggae night there. And me and my friend DJ Mentane, who's from London but lives out there now, we were doing a party on top of a rooftop club that we were calling London Ting, where we were just playing all the sounds of London, you know, like garage and broken beats and jungle and
garage
all that. Garage
is so cool.
Garage is
like become so underrated. I don't like that.
No, I rock the garage.
Like it needs to come back on the mainstream.
Oh, it's a house party pleaser, I tell you. Like garage. My garage, I go deep on the garage.
The best of British, honestly.
Shout out my brother Mighty Mo, you know. He's a big actually he won't even like the term garage. What you call it? Garage. You know what I mean? Bass music, you know what I mean? Club music. But
it's great.
It's got that step to it though, yeah.
Best of Britpop. I want to ask you, what's one of the biggest challenges you have faced in the music industry?
I get philosophical. I'm probably going to tell you me, you know, overcoming myself, you know?
What do you mean?
I don't know what I mean. That's what I mean. I'm getting philosophical. I don't really see myself I don't really feel myself as part of the industry, you know. I feel myself as kind of counterculture, almost industry. I'm more about culture and community. Like I'm driven more culture and community. Although
but you're still part of the industry.
Yeah.
But like, what has been like
I've got blurred lines about that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because the industry, to me, from what I understand of the industry, is like built on this capitalist model of exploiting whatever they can exploit, you know? Whereas like that's not really what's driving me. I'm trying to create something that is sustainably generating an economic base for artists, but at the same time without, I think because of my own ethos and my own other studies in regards to health, and even some spiritual thoughts, you know. I'm not a fan on a lot of the brands that sponsor like everything that we do, you know, because like one of the things that I study in regards to health is like diabetes, for example, you know.
Yeah, you were mentioning,
yeah. So like you're not going to find me like in the breakdance world working underneath these umbrellas of these energy drinks. You know, I'm not going to sponsor that. I'm not going to endorse that to the children so that they can end up having a heart attack. You know, so I have my own views on all these types of things. I'm not trying to run down anyone's throat, but at the same time, I have my way of moving. Yeah, you know, and my way of moving is not about that.
Yeah,
you know, so.
Now I see why you say like you don't see yourself as part of the industry, because like once you do put that label, then it's like
I'm a thorn in the side of the industry, to be honest, because when I start, like, I mean, even a lot of artists and dancers and so on probably look at me like a pain, because I'll be like speaking out against stuff that, you know, people are getting ahead in their careers and lives, getting accolades, but I'm thinking like, what's that attached to, you know? You know, but at the same time, you can't knock no one's hustle, so like it's, and as well, without having a solid alternative, or at least trying to create something for yourself that can be modelled and other people can do, then you can't really say nothing about it, you know what I mean? So, but I found if there's a challenge, it's about recognising that many doors are closed to me from my own doing. Because I just don't want to endorse these
your
things.
Values and your morality,
Exactly.
it's the same as me as well. Like, this is why I feel like I'm drawn to you. It's because we have like similar kind of like values and morality. Like, we are who we are, and we don't want to change for the sake of whatever is that we are going to receive. I like the fact that I can go to sleep with my conscience knowing that I didn't fuck anyone over or did something. Do you know what I mean? Or sell out. Like, I just, obviously, like you said, it's really hard in this industry to be yourself and stand by your values and morality, and it's just so refreshing that you have the same perspective as me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, but that's a challenge though, which is why I have another one of my own expressions. I say DIY or die. Yeah, because like, see, when no one's putting you on, and like even now, like, people are not really putting me on.
Same.
You know, so I have a DIY approach. Like, the Adventures in Dub Night is like DIY. We're doing it ourselves, and we're doing it like in a way that we want to do it. You know, so. I'm not expecting really anybody, but I'm super appreciative when people include me in things and put me on. You know what I mean? Like, I was putting on a beautiful event the other day, which I was really inspired by. It was a community event in Elephant and Castle inside an estate in Rockingham, and it was perfectly beautiful. Just live music and dance and graffiti and food and lots of stuff, and it was just there for the community to come out and mingle and have a good time. I really love to see more things like this happen rather than these super sponsored, corporatized festivals and all these things. You know, everything's. I don't know if the events are cynical or if I'm cynical, but
I mean, like, it's not even just like this. Like, these big corporatives are like bad news, but it's just like, as long as like they respect people's values and moralities, and, you know, like things like we've heard, what's that thing, South by Southwest, they're getting sponsored by all of this Palestine stuff, and it's like
KKR,
Israel stuff, and it's like, that's not good. No wonder like artists are dropping out and things like that.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see people dropping out. I mean, I'm kind of hoping
it's a generation, you know, it's a generational thing. That's why we're not standing for things like that.
Well, I mean, the further bit that needs to happen from that dropping out is the people coming together collectively and creating new platforms, you know, and recognizing as well. I think artists should recognize there's a funny conversation about knowing your worth as an artist.
Oh, right? Yes.
Yeah. No, because for some artists, they don't want to hear that they don't have worth.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but
because it's triggering. It's no one wants to hear the truth.
No, because according to the industry and so on, basically, or even as for a promoter or whatever, like, depending on what it is that someone's trying to do, but in the very commercial side of things, it's like how many tickets you can sell, how many people you can get to turn up.
Of course, yeah.
That's the bottom
that's standard.
Line. That's your bottom line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're looking about what's your worth, if you can't sell no tickets, you got to put more work in before you're worth anything.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But obviously, like, you're a child of God, you're invaluable. You know what I mean? Like, you're a living star. Like, so, like, do your thing.
But I feel like when we talk about, like, sorry to cut you there, when we talk about, like, know your worth, it's like, I think it goes beyond, like, just ticket sales. To me, it goes beyond, like, you know, how you're treated and how, like, you know.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody should treat each other with respect. Yeah. Absolutely.
And boundaries.
Yeah. But I think as well, like, even if you can't, like, sell tickets or whatever, like, I think I was jumping off the back of, like, people boycotting the particular events.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when artists collectively boycott something, I also like to see them come together to create something. You know, like,
not just let it go to waste.
No,
because I see that a lot.
Because there's value in that. The value in the collective effort. You know, coming together to build something. And you'd be surprised, like, how much support you would get as well. Like, when you actually start the ball rolling. You know, because I learned that from when I was doing the event that I ran, Speaker's Corner. A lot of it was just built off a vision, a dream, and sweat.
Yeah.
And then the first one was great. The second one was great. Then there was a few where it wasn't as busy. you know, but then the momentum kept building.
That's normal.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But people got to stick with it, like, you know, and believe in things and keep cultivating. Yeah.
We've come to the last segment of our show, and it's called May This Situation Never Find Me. So, tell me, DJ Snuff, what situation have you experienced in the industry or like in your career, or not even just experienced, that you've observed and you want to vow that it should never find you?
Wow. I mean, I'm probably going to leave the interview with like loads of thoughts of things, you know. But the things that's just supposed to come into my head is like a lot of common stuff, actually. You know, like you touched on it earlier about like, you know, not being treated well, not being respected, not being seen, not being looked out for. I don't just mean in your comfort. I mean like in your the technical side of stuff, like being set up right. You know, not. You're just being treated like crap,
like cattle.
You know, by organisers and things, you know, and especially being in places that are just, you know, drunken debauchery style spots where the atmosphere and all that's not even worth. It's not pleasant even to be at. You know what I mean? Like just having to endure some of the more unpleasant aspects of nightlife and people who don't see you as a person, that are
it's a commodity.
You know, just getting you in there to I don't know. I think I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Like just like people who dehumanize.
Yeah, and I say like I hope this never happens, but it seems to be common. No matter how much you kind of like try to safeguard yourself. Yeah, you know,
there's always someone who wants to test that.
Yeah,
test the boundaries. Even if it's like not to you, but like people around you.
I don't like to see people disrespecting people, not appreciating people, treating people as if they're like reflections of, you know, manifestations of the Creator. You know, and we've got to look at each other like with you know, love and respect. You know, so
yeah, for sure.
I was trying to think of like a way of like navigating it, you know, or a word of advice on how to avoid it.
But have you actually seen something happen to someone that you feel like, I hope it never happens to me, besides like being treated like shit? But have you seen like a scenario that you're like, wow, that's terrible?
I've been playing like so long, yeah. I've got my name's on like more than 2,000 flyers, you know, so you can imagine how many times like I've just had to endure some bullshit, you know. So
you've seen it all.
Yeah, there's some situations I don't want to be in again, and I wouldn't want anyone else to be in, but I know that it's kind of part of like how things are happening out there. But I guess what I would say is like a takeaway from like being just like treated like you know, less than crap by the people that have invited you to, you know, be part of the happening, is like, you know, life is full of knocks, and you gotta have like, you gotta learn from things, you know. Like it can make you strong. It can be like something that could be like humiliating, and like really like disrespectful, like really like undermines your sense of self, dehumanize, like, you know, like lower, if your self-worth gets affected and all that. But you got to take it as like a challenge in life, you know, to persevere and rise above and show and prove, I guess, on your own way. I guess that's why I come to this DIY or die type of philosophy.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta make your own lane. Sometimes you just gotta make your own lane and just like,
I say make your own lane rather than even just make your own name.
Name,
yeah,
all of that. Anyway, all right. Now we're gonna read through some of the situations and dilemmas and stories that people have sent to us.
Okay.
To read out and help answer some of the questions. So someone said, how do you avoid scammy pay for play promoters? Do you want to answer this?
Well, you just use the word no. You know, like I said, like DIY or die. Like you could do your own thing. You could throw your own event. Like I would say, like pick a small venue.
Yeah.
And throw your own thing. Get your people to come support it. Document it. Document everything that you're doing, and create that content if you want to play the game like that. You know, but you know, if you're pushing yourself as an artist, then you're going to need the content and all that. And these pay-for-play people just see you as XYZ. Yeah. You know, they're not going to do nothing for you. They're not going to make you like a great show reel out of the thing and all that. They're just hoping that you're going to bring people some money through the door, you know, or even like the pay-for-play thing. Like, I mean, I don't even know if I've ever really done pay-for-play. You know, I think radio is the closest. Yeah. You know, and even with radio, I'm like...
Well, not even radio, I don't think I've ever done that.
I know, but if you were doing shows, like even when I was doing pirate radio, we used to have dibs, you know, to contribute towards the thing.
Okay,
you know, that's almost kind of like working like a co-op though.
Yeah,
you know, so.
Radio is like that, like, even like...
Well, not for everybody. A lot of people are being paid for their radio shows. Oh, you know what I mean? But so many radio stations now that they're just actually operating through the people being included, all contributing to the kitty, you know, so you got to be wary of, like, is the programming dependent on your financial contribution, or is the programming here about, like, what the value that you're bringing to the lineup, and how do you fit in with it and all that. So weigh a lot of those things up. But I would just say from the gate, just avoid that. Don't entertain it. Yeah. You know, like I say, you're better off doing like your own thing, inviting your friends and family, even if it's like 30 people in a small space. Capture that content, have a beautiful time, show that content to somebody who might book you and give you a little bit more respect. You know? Absolutely. Although again, like there's this thing about, you know, paying for exposure, right? And it's a weird one, right? Because like my lowest paid gigs quite often are the ones where I'm like the support act for like a really famous artist with a big high ticket price with loads of people in the space, you know what I mean? But obviously my walk away from that that's going on my resume, you know what I mean? Yes. So anything on the resume to me is valuable because it's like I can associate to that, this, that and the next.
Absolutely. You know? That's where your business head comes in, because you're like, it all depends, like what are you gaining from that? If it's a huge artist, then like, okay, maybe you're gonna have to do that because that's going in on your resume. But like if it's like something that's not gonna amount to too much, then
helping yourself get seen and being associated with stuff, like it's a valuable thing. Sometimes it can be even more valuable than the fee, you know. So because you want to shoot yourself in the foot and not do your gig because you don't think the fee is enough or whatever, when it could be an amazing opportunity for you. And I actually personally think I like to take pretty much every opportunity, because I believe one opportunity leads to another, you know. And the way I work personally, I never had an agent in my life. I've always got gigs from just
people you know and connections,
just from somebody seeing me smash it somewhere. I'm like, oh, we need this energy layer, you know. Like,
me too has always been like that. I feel like every time I try, I don't receive it,
you know. But then I'm not a recording artist as well. I think for recording artists pushing music, you want to get out there and do as much as possible. Definitely. In fact, like I had a group called Caxton Press for a while. It was a rap group, and the marketing strategy in the beginning was, before we even released the first record, right, I got us on about 20 lineups where we were not announced, not paid, right? Okay. We just went out there, we just wanted like a 15-minute slot because we knew what we had was crazy. Like we were a great group, you know, very heavy energy. We were like London Wu-Tang flavour, you know what I mean? Okay. So we were just stepping out there, smashing it, leaving everyone going like, what was that? You know, so by the time we actually did our event to promote like our first single, we had a following, you know what I mean? But that was through graft. That was like, we weren't expecting nothing. That was because if you're paying PR for a marketing campaign, that could be very expensive, you know what I mean? So you might just want to get
incredibly expensive.
Like getting a live gig, you're going to get promotion out of it, you're going to get this. So you got to weigh everything up. Don't let nobody exploit you. But if you see the value in it, do it.
You have to see the value in it. Yeah. And then the last one is, someone said, they say burning bridges is a no-no in the industry, but why would you want to keep working with someone who continuously lets you down? I'll give that to you again.
Yo, I love that, you know. I actually have an alias, DJ Burnt Bridges.
Really?
Yeah.
Because do you burn bridges a lot?
Yeah, I have it on flyers. I've gone out.
I'm a participant of burning bridges.
I've gone out as DJ Burnt Bridges.
Why do you burn bridges? To me, I'll tell you why. To me, is because like I don't have a scarcity mindset, and I don't feel like. I feel like whatever I lose, the universe is gonna multiply that.
Love that.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why like I do it, because I don't need disrespectful people in my circle.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I'm the same. Like I've got an abundance mindset. Like even when I'm broke, I just know you got to spend that last penny, because that's like it's an offering to the gods of abundance.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. It's gonna come flowing back somehow.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But burnt bridges for me. I guess having the abundance mindset is important, because you're not tired of like thinking, oh my God, I need to be valued by these exploitative, creepy people.
Yeah.
You know? No, like, but as well, I think, like I was saying before about like certain of my own ethics and what I want to purposefully, intentionally promote and associate with. You're not going to see. I mentioned energy drinks, right, as a thing, but there's like junk food. You know, a lot of people that sponsor these types of events, you know, and they can throw money at something, and it might seem ridiculous to turn it down, but I don't want to be the poster child for these things. You know what I mean? And as well, like even when we're looking at the militarization. Or the militarization of the world is not a new thing, but the live streaming of genocide and everything going on right now, you know, and looking at all of the association of different parties and moving parts, and then seeing how it's connected to like the industry what you're moving in. You know, I'm like, I want no part of that, you know, because I gotta burn those bridges. You know, and to me, it's very important to be super authentic and straight up about that, because I don't want to accidentally cross a bridge to something that I'm going to feel a way about, you know? So that's why I always wear my politics on my sleeve, and I'll speak out about whatever it is that I feel about, you know? Because if you're not, if we're not on the same page, I'm not trying to build
stay true to yourself.
Yeah,
which is very hard to do in this industry.
But again, with that, what you said about abundance and scarcity mindset, it's not about like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay at home and do nothing.
It's not about intentionally hurting people. It's about like realizing that like you deserve better than what you've been offering, especially if it's something that's continuously happening with a person or an entity or whatever it is.
No, if you're
talking
about
knowing that this
individual,
is not for you. Stay, like, just leave it. You know what I mean?
No, if you're talking about an individual, it should be a no-brainer. Yeah, like this person's rude and disrespectful. But it's not though.
Like in the industry, like burning bridges is like no. You never know what they're gonna amount to. No. Even though they treat you like shit. No.
Nothing.
And it's
good.
like,
nothing can
why
good
do you have a scarcity mindset?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like another door will open. You close one door, another door will open.
If that person's continuously treating you like shit, why do you think it's gonna change over time? Like,
that's a personal relationship. Someone treating you like shit, you know what I mean? But there's also, you know, how you view, you know, like the. Like the brand or the organization or the establishment that you're engaging with, like is that something that you want to empower? Yeah, you know, like it may, you know, especially in like music that calls itself like, you know, activist or militant or conscious and so on. You know, I mean, sometimes I look at artists and I'm thinking like the hypocrisy going on here is wild, but you know, I'm not trying to knock the hustle. Go get yours, but at the same time, like
I just observe and smile and nod. Oh, that's you.
And I still support that artist because I'm thinking like that's because of like
it's a system.
Recognizing the fact that you may not have other options, and this is how people may have more overheads than I do. I'm speaking from a place of privilege of being a single guy living alone. Well, I'm actually living in a shared house and all that, so I don't have a family to raise, you know what I mean? So I'm not like, you know what I mean? A lot of people, I think they've got more pressure to bring in the money, so I can't knock nobody for how they go about doing that.
Oh yeah,
you know
for sure. Yeah. I don't.
But at the same time, like recognize that you can create the life that you want out of what you're doing by making the right choices, and you should be open to the idea that there's choices out there that haven't been made available to you yet you know, and sometimes they're not being made available to you. It's because you're too busy engaging in this demon world shit, you know?
Word.
Yeah, because I mean, even myself, like, there's been a time when I was asked to open up for like an artist that I really didn't like their message in their music, and it was a decently paid gig and all that, and I'm thinking like, nah. And as soon as I replied to the email and all that saying this isn't for me, I get another email asking me to go on tour supporting Arrested Development. I was like, one door, you know, this is how we created. Like, I believe we're kind of being watched and supported in these ways, you know.
Always.
Your ancestors are with you, your guardian angels are with you.
Always.
You know what I mean? Do right and they'll look out for you, you know.
Exactly. And with that, we close this session. Thank you so much, DJ Snuff, for being
Very
here.
welcome. Thank you for inviting me
for
this late breakfast.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the banana cake.
8 p.m. breakfast. Oh yeah, of course, we always have a little something for our guests. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, let us know what you think of the podcast, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Come to Adventures in Dub.
Come to Adventures in Dub.